Hi all, and welcome back to another episode of Wolfquest Anniversary Edition Ultra Ironwolf Challenge with Gnat, Stickbug, and their 4 wonderful pups, one of whom is running very far away from the rendezvous site. I am expecting this to perhaps be the last episode before the saga. We will see. The pups are all at least 17.5 pounds, so we'll see if they can gain a couple more pounds during this episode. In the meantime, I do think it would be prudent for Nat to get some sleep, and in order to do so, she is going to send them into the grass. That might not be the case for future litters, but for now, that's what she's going with. So, we are going to get some sleep, we're going to see what becomes of our territory, we're going to try to keep everybody fed through the end of this stage of raising the pups. Alright, oh, and immediately we have wolves attacking. Now if the pups were all out... Oh, well, okay, it's just one wolf, and this wolf is immediately running off, but it is the pack leader. Wow. Okay, what's a good naming theme for the coyote? Let's name them after birds of prey. We're gonna have Kestrel of Coyote Creek. And we are going to chase him away. He is on the older side. Nat's not gonna start a fight with him if she doesn't need to, and she clearly doesn't need to, so she's gonna let him run back to his territory and hope he doesn't come back. In the meantime, our pack affinity is fairly good, our territory is fairly good. Honestly, I think we can probably just get some more sleep and see where dreams take us with 2 bears doing yoga. This appears to be maybe an elk migration. This one's kind of spooky. And an elk and a wolf howling together. How wonderful. She has truly had a lot of dreams this playthrough. I usually don't see this many dreams, but nobody seems to be attacking this time, so she will call them out so that they can eat. After that, yeah, I don't know. I don't like to see the west side of the territory kind of decay like that, but again, it's pretty far away from us and probably not going to have that much of an impact on this particular litter. She might mark it later, but right now she's focused on defending the area around the rendezvous site, and that's just a little too far from the rendezvous site to worry about, especially when she has to take into consideration pack affinity, when she has to take into consideration her energy. Yeah, she's just going to let that go for now. But it does seem like it's getting to be a good time to hunt again, especially since it does look like the pups are going to finish up this fawn pretty quickly here. Weevil and Cricket are full, Moth and Lacewing haven't gotten a lot to eat. So we'll just have to see. Hi, Cricket. Where'd you put your glow stick? It's over here. Stickbug is going to do something. No one's quite sure what. Maybe hunt, maybe mark that territory that I just said we weren't bothering with. Truly, the whims of the NPC mate are unknowable and incomprehensible. Well, honestly, they didn't finish the fawn, so that's at least good to know that they're all full for now. We will send them back in the grass, and we are going to go off and see if maybe the fawns and the calves are up running with their parents yet. We'll just have to see. In the meantime, if we were going to mark territory, I don't know. It does maybe look like they took one of the 40% hexes and are working on 37% hex. They being Cottonwood Creek, our group of whatever the plural of Nemesis is. They were, after all, the ones who took Skipper from us, and Nat is none too pleased with them, and definitely doesn't really want to have any more trouble at the rendezvous site, so if she can keep them away from us, she's going to be pretty happy. That means we are going to go mark that hex and maybe the bordering hexes. We'll just have to see. In the meantime, we will also be keeping an eye out for any kind of, or maybe a nose out for any kind of scent of prey. So far, it's A weirdly scentless day. Could be that the, does look like there's some wind. I was gonna say maybe there's not a whole lot of wind, so there's not much to carry the scent to us, but it doesn't necessarily seem to be true. Well, there's a hare, but just like earlier in the series, okay, that's our central hex, so we'd already had that marked. Just like earlier in the series, we're going to be avoiding hunting hares, as I do feel like it takes away a lot of the challenge for me personally. Okay, so there's a mule deer here, or rather the trail left behind by one. There's also, well, a bunch of pronghorn, but I guess we could tell from the pronghorn. Yeah, they don't, oh, they do have babies with them. Well, yeah, that's not going to be something we can really hunt. We are very slow, and pronghorn are very fast, even the babies. So that's good to know at least. The babies are up and running. Let's go back to that scent of mule deer and see if that leads us to a doe and her fawns, or if it just leads us to adult deer that we can't take down as easily during this time of year. That is assuming that we can find the path. Okay, there we go. Very muddled with scents of pronghorns. Oh my goodness, there's so many pronghorns. They're taunting us! There's no way we can catch up with them. We'd just get trampled, even if we did manage to catch up with them. Okay. Oh, but there's a mule deer fawn. There's 2 mule deer fawns. Okay, well, the does are a lot better at defending both fawns now. The AI used to be a little wonky and they'd usually only defend one, but what happened to the other one? Oh, over there. Maybe if we alternate between hunting them, we can kind of catch the mother off guard. Okay, we don't want to get kicked. We don't want to take any more damage than necessary. We're gonna run back over. Oh, no, no, no! She was onto us. She knows what we're doing. Okay, we need to stop and rest. She's going back over to the other fawn. She can't protect both at once when they're so far apart, though, unfortunately for her. But she's doing her best, and she's honestly not doing a bad job. It is unfortunate for her that they have split up like this. It's kind of like when the pups scatter when there's an eagle around. Yeah, she's not going to be able to protect them both, and unfortunately for her, this little one's going to go down. I don't want to take both her fawns from her. That just seems kind of cruel, so we're just going to let her keep her other fawn. We're going to keep on marking. There are a weird number of mule deer around, with each with one fawn. Well, I don't know why I'm kind of wandering this far around. I really just wanted to mark the kind of 30-ish% hex, but got distracted, so we are going to need to head back soon. So if we can go down and mark that hex and then head back to the rendezvous site, that would probably be best, especially since it seems like it's actively being eroded by our rival pack, most likely the Cottonwood Creek pack. They seem to be causing us no end of trouble. A lot more pronghorn, a lot more things we can't catch. Not that that's our primary focus right now. Our primary focus is getting to that hex and chasing out whoever is eroding it so quickly. Really not picking up any signs of anything. That's a fox. Even less concerning. And if we keep going this way, we're going to fall off a cliff. So, clearly someone's still in our territory. But clearly we're not able to track them down just yet. And the pack affinity is getting really low, so we gotta go back. Even if we don't find them. That's unfortunate, but oh, we're sliding. That's unfortunate, but we need to prioritize our pups' well-being over the territory at this point. There's only so much good that marking territory can do, and if the pups come wandering out of the tall grass and get lost, we're gonna have bigger problems on our hands than a slightly decayed hex. Do wish that we'd found them, but yeah, no way of telling where they are. Okay, and we are headed back this direction. pack affinity is getting pretty low for this time of year. I don't understand though, like there's... Oh, I don't know. There's definitely someone in there, but we certainly didn't come across them at all. Somebody also seems to have taken down a cow elk in our territory. That's a little bit worrying. But no time to investigate that now. Gnat has to spend all of her limited energy. Oh, hello, frame rate drop. What's going on? There's a herd around and it's stuttering. Okay. We are headed back as fast as we can. It does seem likely that the pups will come out of the den, or come out of the tall grass anyway. Just with, wow, that is a moose with antlers. I honestly don't think I see a lot of those in the game due to the seasons I play, and I suppose we'll see more of that in the saga. There's a good chance the pups will come out of the grass, but I feel like we're close enough that we'll be able to track them down pretty easily, assuming Cottonwood Creek isn't like lurking at our den site. Oy. Okay, we're almost there. Ugh, but she's so tired! Her stamina! Okay. Haven't got the notice about pack affinity dropping yet, so maybe we're alright. Or maybe it just doesn't notify you as quickly in the summer. We will have to see. We of course didn't really bring any food back for the pups, but last I recall they were pretty full anyway. So thankfully it does look like we were able to make it back in time. They are still in the grass. And we can greet them and hang out until Stickbug gets back. We could just sleep and he would come back automatically, but he seems like he's on the way anyway, and we do need to build the affinity back up. So yeah, just get to spend some time with the pups. Do a little roll. Hi, Weevil. Thankfully, we haven't run into a whole lot of trouble recently. Nothing's been really stalking the rendezvous site aside from a really old pack leader from Coyote Creek. If I had to guess, he won't be pack leader much longer, judging by the fact that he's 7. It's rare for a wolf in Wolfquest to live past the age of 8. It happens sometimes. I've definitely had a wolf live to 9, but nothing more than that in my experience. I think I've heard of wolves living to like 10 or 11, but usually not the case in Wolfquest. 8 is usually the limit. Not sure how realistic that is. I mean, I know certainly that a lot of wolves don't make it to age 8 even because the wild is dangerous and a lot of them will die younger due to, you know, any number of factors. But as for like wolves being super old and worn down at age 8 and usually dying at age 8, not sure. I think I saw some news recently about an 11-year-old wolf who still had another litter of pups this last year, but I'm sure, you know, she's probably the exception. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long, how many pups Gnat gets to have, as I do plan on following her through the rest of her years. Pack affinity is gradually increasing. Where is Stickbug? He is going around the rendezvous site and not actually coming back to us. Okay, I'm gonna call him back now, because this is a little silly. As much as I love playing with the pups, that is probably him. We do need him to come back so we can get some rest. Otherwise, he'll just wake us up when he gets back. All the pups seem to really enjoy playing chase with each other. And I was kind of wondering for a little bit if Lacewing was like more of a loner, but she does seem to be getting along with her siblings right now, at least. I don't know if I would describe any of the pups really as loners. I think Moth is probably more on the bold side if I had to speculate, just due to the wandering and entering the den last, but it's hard to really say. I wonder if it'll be easier to tell in some ways when the saga comes out, or if it's just gonna be the same or a similar guessing game. Oh no. Okay. Stickbug took care of it. Thanks, Stickbug. I was very worried because we were quite far from the grass. But we appear to be fine. Hello, dear. It's good to see you. Alright. Let's have Gnat get some sleep and see what the next waking period brings us. It's not going to be day. I think it's going to be the middle of the night, but regardless, we'll see how it goes. Oh, they're cute. I love these two. I hope we have Stickbug with us for many more litters. Okay. So, pack affinity is still kind of low. Territory is kind of low too. It does look like somebody's maybe come up from Geode and is messing with our territory, which I don't love, but we'll just have to see what happens. Got a little bit of food, but not enough to feed all the pups, and Stickbug is pretty hungry too. So after this, I think another marking and hunting quest will be in order. Weevil kind of seems like he eats last a lot of the time. I wonder if that's because his siblings are kind of better at getting to the food first, or I don't know. Maybe he's more hesitant to eat. That hare scared me again. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. We're not even gonna hunt you. You have no reason to be here. Alright, pups. In the grass, and we are headed off to at least mark this 36 hex. That's a little concerning. Okay, it doesn't look like they completely took that hex over on the west side that we just went and marked. It looks like they maybe hung out for about 30% of the hex's strength and then went home. So that's good, I guess. It's not ideal, but what are you gonna do? It does look like Stickbug's staying with the pups this time, so whatever we hunt, we are hunting alone. Okay, we're almost to this hex. And then we can kind of keep a nose to the ground for scents. There was a mule deer there. I would kind of like to see at least one elk calf hunt. I mean, aside from just finding them in the tall grass. But that'll really depend on what we can come across. There's certainly a lot of pronghorn, and we're certainly not hunting those. But we will have to see with regards to anything else. Oh, hey, an elk herd. This entire series is just me, it's just going to be me going, well, I doubt we'll come across this thing, and then that thing immediately happens. Now, let's see. Do we want to chase them? I don't know that we want to chase them into Geode territory, so we might double back here. I don't know. Now these elk calf are a little bit stronger, obviously, than the ones we find in the tall grass, but weaker than the ones that you're going to find when you're a lone wolf learning to hunt. So we should be able to take one down without too much trouble as long as we're careful. The biggest thing, oh, hello, 2 frames per second. The biggest thing is going to be making sure that the mothers don't kick us, just very similar to when you're hunting in the fall. Let's see. Now, I do think there's a chance that they stumble, but I'm not really going to rely on that. Did we miss one? Oh, there's one. Okay. We're just going to keep up with the herd right now. Better to keep up with the herd than kind of decide on one when we don't really know which one's the weakest. Let's see. I do think maybe that the elk are less likely to stumble in summer because they are healthier. They've had a lot of time to graze on grass and kind of get, you know, more fortified. So I do think they're less likely to stumble during this season. Not that I'm super concerned. I think regardless of that, we should still be able to take one down, assuming we're... Okay, and that one stumbled. Is that this one's mother? Yes. Although we did manage to weaken it quite a bit, so... That's good. That's good. If we can get a bite before she turns around... Awesome, she got stuck on a tree. Wonderful luck for us. Terrible luck for her. But that will fill Nat's belly, and she will be able to maybe not finish up marking, but at least take some food back to her pups. Not the carcass, mind you. The elk calves are a little too big to carry at this time of year, but you are able to take meat chunks from them as you would with any other carcass that's too big for you to carry. And we can take this right back to the pups, and they'll have a little bit to eat. So that's good. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing, well, I'm very much looking forward to seeing the saga come out and the year continue, but especially seeing how hunting will be different as we go further into the summer and the elk are more healthy. I know I've definitely had difficulty in the past on accurate, especially kind of when I left the fawns and calves in the grass part of the season for the fawns and calves running around part of the season when my wolf was on low health. Because you kind of go from being able to get food without any substantial risk to yourself to having to take down prey again and having to undergo the risk that that entails. So it'll be interesting to see kind of like how much harder the hunts get and how hard it is to keep your pack fed. And I wonder if, I know probably the pups of the year are going to be the most susceptible to starvation, but we also have to worry about like your yearlings and subordinates. I don't know. Stickbug is a little bit sad that we didn't bring food for him, so I guess he's taking a little bit of the pups' food, or all of the pups' food. That's fair. We didn't take him hunting with us. We'll just feed them the good old-fashioned way. Regurgitant. This time it's Lacewing that's been left out of the little huddle. That's okay. We've got plenty of food for her as well, so we might as well feed her at the same time. Now, how... She is over 20 pounds at this point, and she's just going to keep growing. At least until 25 pounds, at which point I do believe they stop growing at this time. But they will continue in the saga. Hey, Stickbug. Sorry we didn't bring you more food. We couldn't carry the carcass. Too heavy. Alright, let's give them a little bit more to eat. No reason to go to sleep with a hunger meter at more than 100 if we don't have to. What a nice scene. Our pups are fed. I'm distracting them from their food. I always go to wag my tail because I'm like, oh, this is nice. I'm sure Gnat would be happy right now. And then all the pups are like, wait, are we playing? Are we playing now? I'm like, no, you're eating food. At least we can still hang out with Stickbug. Alright, Cricket's fed, Moth is nearly fed, these two are nearly fed, so we will be able to get some more rest and see where the game takes us. Weevil, finish your food. I really do think he has something about maybe not wanting to eat. I hope that doesn't carry forward like as the year goes on, because he is going to need to keep his strength up just like all of our pups are going to need to keep their strength up. Moth, you're already full. Let Weevil eat. Oh my goodness. Come on. Come on, bud. I also do wonder when we'll stop being able to pick them up. They do kind of seem like they're we're not gonna be able to pick them up for much longer, basically. They look like they're getting pretty big at this point. Okay, we should be able to send them in the grass and get some sleep. See where we go from here. We will definitely need to get Stickbug some food. And I didn't really finish the marking that I wanted to, so we might go and try that again. We'll just have to see. Things are still good as far as sickness goes. That is to say that there is none. Territory, on the other hand, not quite where we want it to be, so we're definitely going to go out and do some marking. Stickbug is staying at the den. Alright, well, we will bring him food back. Maybe. How's he doing? 66. That's not great, but it's not awful. And I definitely want to focus more on marking, as it does appear that Coyote Creek is kind of pushing the boundaries between our territory, and I don't appreciate that a whole lot. There is a moose up ahead here. If it is a cow moose, we could perhaps get food enough for both Stickbug and the pups, but that's the wrong way, so... Let's see, we're getting closer. And if we run face first into a bull moose again, what are you gonna do? Stuff happens. It's worth a try at least. I do think maybe that's a calf. Yeah, okay. So we haven't seen a moose calf yet this year. Well, we saw one kind of, I think it was probably in the footage of me marking territory, so you probably didn't see one on my screen, but we did glimpse one and decide not to go after it. But in this case, okay, it's probably going to benefit us to have Stickbug with us for this. Gnat's secondary howl is so funny. And what is the... Okay, we're in 100 territory, or 100 hex right now, so... Might take Stickbug a second to get to us. There's no harm in kind of starting to hunt without him. Mama Moose is chasing us. I don't think we're gonna have the same luck of her getting stuck on a tree as we did last time. This is certainly easier with two wolves, so... And if this moose hits us, we'll be having a bad time, so we want to avoid that by any means possible. Stickbug is on his way, so that is good. Ooh, she's sticking pretty close to this calf, when she's not chasing us, that is. So... Okay, Stickbug's here. This does make it possible that one of us could perhaps lure the mother away, which was what he was doing, but I kind of didn't manage to get a bite in on the calf. Maybe I could lure the... Nope. We'll figure it out. Oof, this calf is pretty strong. But we've got it on the run. And I did the thing I said I shouldn't do and bit it when Stickbug was biting it, but it worked out. Oh, you know what? We'll just let him... You know, actually, Stickbug, maybe we should carry this away from the mother who is currently watching us eat her baby. That's a little insensitive. Let's just take it over here. Okay, that's a little better. We can let him eat, and then we can send him back and maybe do some marking. Where are you taking it? Alright, so it does appear that he's full, so I'll send him back. I'm not going to carry this around while I mark the rest of the territory, so we're just going to eat it. Alright. Now, ooh, I don't really want to try to mark the whole, like, western edge as that, or eastern edge, as that's going to take too long, and the affinity is not that high. We're just going to try to maybe get the top hexes and then head back to the den. So I will see you when I get back, or if something interesting happens, as usual. See you soon. Okay, speaking of something interesting happening, apparently Weevil is lost, and I only know that because his little icon just popped up howling. So I don't know how that happened, if Stickbug didn't put them back in the grass before he came to hunt with us, which is unlike him. But we're gonna head back and we're gonna see if we can find where Weevil's wandered off to. And in this case, when Moth and Skipper were lost in previous episodes, I did say that goodness gracious, I did say that Nat wouldn't know that they were lost, but seeing as she has literally heard Weevil howling, she knows he's lost and she's going to find him if Stickbug doesn't. Goodness, what happened? How did he get lost? Oh, well, here's another potential den we could have used, but didn't quite stumble across in time. Maybe in a future litter. Alright, where is this little troublemaker? Where has he gotten off to? Oh, is that his trail? What on earth is he doing all the way out here? Nope, okay, it's the other way. Weevil? What are you doing out here? He's really far from home. Yeah, go home. Go home. What are you doing? Huh. Wonder if he was trying to go after his dad and hunt with his parents? That's admirable if you were, bud, but you're a little too small still. You gotta wait quite some time before you're gonna be big enough to hunt with us. I didn't know he had such an adventurous spirit. Well, that is going to put a damper on our marking plans. We did manage to kind of reinforce a couple of hexes, but I don't want to run all the way back out there now. Here you go, mister. You stay at the rendezvous site. What on earth are you thinking? And Stickbug, what, did you not put him in the grass? Goodness. Oh well. Once again, Moth and Lacewing have quite a bit of food while Weevil and Cricket are still hungry. We have plenty to feed them though, so might as well do so. Lacewing is now 20.8 pounds. This will be a fun game of how many pounds can we get Lacewing to before before everybody else gets to 20. We like that though. That means she's healthy and growing. Yeah. Hi pups. Oh, they're so cute. Cannot wait to see the new models when they age up even more. That'll be so cool. I am distracting the pups from eating again. That's... We're rolling! Whee! Yeah, family bonding time! We love it! It's good for the affinity. Good for the soul. And, yeah, I really should be keeping an eye out, but I don't see anything. Kind of trying to approach. It's not the most, open view. You can't really see very well into the woods back there, which is where it seems like at least a couple of the predators have come from. So, alright everybody. Back in the grass you go. And Nat's gonna get some sleep. Back before we had the option to continue to the next year, I used to kind of just let territory decay around this time of year. Now it's more important to keep it marked, especially since we plan on continuing into the rest of the year. But I remember being like, it's the end of the year. I'm going to have to remark everything anyway. Certainly a different story now. Okay. How are we doing? We're pretty close. We probably do need a little bit more food, and as I just said, we could stand to mark a bit more. So all of the pups are in the grass as we leave, and I think Stickbug is following us. Yes. Hopefully nobody decides to follow him. Goodness, I never expected Weevil would be a troublemaker. He seemed like such a good pup. He's just trying to help us. That's understandable. The hunting is getting harder this time of year, and I'm sure the pups can sense that their parents are a bit stressed. He was probably like, I can help. I bet I could take down a moose all by myself. It's like, no, Weevil, no, you can't. That's not something any wolf can do. At least not on accurate. At least not that I know of. I'd be very impressed if someone managed to do that as a lone wolf. Let's see. It's interesting, it does seem like the Coyote Creek pack took some of Cottonwood Creek's territory. And there's just kind of that 7% hex still sitting over there. I wonder if they have their own feud going on. Although, again, if we check the known wolves, there's not really many changes, and everyone still seems to be surviving. So, it can't be that serious of a feud, if there is one at all. Not that wolves have feuds in real life, but hey, video game, story, we're allowed to embellish a little bit. And we're definitely not going to be on good terms with the Cottonwood Creek pack anytime soon. Let's see. Don't think our territory is so bad that we really need to spend a lot of time marking. I think we could probably just kind of call it here, but I would like to find some food for us and Stickbug again. If we just happen to stumble across something, we might not. There does seem to be another scent post over here, so might as well go over and mark this territory and see if we find anything along the way. Thus far, not really. Again, a hare, but we're not hunting those. I guess we could go mark this 45% hex. I'm not as concerned as I am about the ones nearer to the rendezvous site, but if we're looking for prey anyway, we might as well kind of keep wandering until we have to head back to make sure the pups don't get lost. Although sometimes they seem to do that even when the affinity is fine. Interesting. Okay. Picking up the scent of a mule deer as we head toward this hex. Other than that, I don't know, kind of slim pickings. I feel like a little earlier in the season we were stumbling over fawns and calves every... No, Stickbug, leave it. We don't hunt hares. I know you did earlier in the series, but no more. It's not that serious. I mean, if you were to catch a hare, there's nothing I can really do about that other than try to make sure he doesn't. Did I just walk into a territory we'd already marked, or am I... Okay, and then there's one right here. Then, let's... Oh, that's pronghorn, isn't it? We don't want to try to hunt pronghorn. That's just a bad idea. But there's a mule deer fawn over here. And water, which looks a lot more appetizing this time of year than it did earlier. Can water be appetizing? I guess I don't know the answer to that. I know it can't be a beverage. Alright, we did pick up the scent of a fawn, so we should be headed in that direction, and that should give us something... Well, probably not to bring back to the pups. That's probably going to get devoured by Stickbug and us. It's kind of hard to follow the scent, too. Where are they going? Mule deer fawn, 15 minutes ago. Oof. Hello, rock. Okay, I hear the music. Is that them? Yes. This looks like 2 does with 1 fawn. I wonder if one of them didn't have a fawn this year, or maybe they've already been the unfortunate victims of another pack. We won't know. We can't know. Well, we do know that this is good food for us and our pups, so... Oop. Our stamina's low. Oof. Okay. Sorry, ma'am. Does this count as being in a fight? No. Okay. Don't mind me, Stickbug. Okay, he did it himself. Not the optimal time to mark, perhaps. Oh, I'm in the wrong territory. Great, now I've just moved the send post there. Whatever. It's fine. I do believe that he is going to eat that, so if we want to find something to bring back to the pups, maybe we'll find it on the way. He does have 120 hunger, so he can feed them. But in the meantime, we're just gonna head back and go back to our pups. The affinity's dropping, the day grows long, the night grows long, and off we go. I will catch up with you when we're back at the rendezvous site. See you soon. Okay, so Gnat is back at the rendezvous site. We didn't find anything to hunt along the way, but as I said before, Stickbug does have enough to feed the pups. At least once, probably twice. So that should be okay. Cricket, please don't go running off. We don't know what's in that direction. There's way too many trees to be able to see. And hopefully he'll be able to eat after these two eat. For once, Weevil is actually getting some food. That's good. That hare, I swear, it's like, okay, it's clearly not the same hare, but every time that hare shows up, I'm just like, what is it? Is it a predator? It's not a predator, it's a hare. We're fine. Everything's fine. I was half expecting the game to go, and a bear is charging you, because that seems to be the usual way of things. I say something, the game goes, no, what about the opposite of that thing? But perhaps we've escaped the cruel clutches of irony for now. We'll just have to see. Rolls. We're doing rolls. I think that is my favorite emote. Like, it used to be super dangerous because it wouldn't let you exit the roll early. So it's not on my favorites list in the game, but it's definitely one of the cutest emotes. Definitely cute. Stickbug doesn't want Weevil to go missing again, that's for sure. Alright. Almost finished up the food that Stickbug left for them, so... I don't want to, like, deprive them of anything, though. I'll just let them take their time and eat while we kind of socialize with the other two. Yeah, once again, I have noticed that Weevil has not filled up his belly. He just kind of, I don't know, got distracted or something? Wanted to leave some for his siblings? I don't know. Although, if I do recall correctly, I mean, okay, yes, he is the smallest pup. He's also 19.9 pounds. After we sleep, they're definitely going to be all grown up. Oh, no! They're definitely going to be all grown up, bear. Where is the bear? Where? Where is the bear? Please go in the grass, pups. Please, please, please. I don't see it. Which means it's probably coming from over here, but I could just see running in this direction, then it's coming from the other direction. Why? We must have caught it like immediately as it started charging. Okay, there it is. Let's try not to die here. And also for Stickbug not to die. If we just kind of... It's walking kind of funky. Okay, just chase us. Chase us and leave Stickbug alone. If we get it to chase us far enough away, just forget about the pups. Oh, no, you leave our mate alone. We are not going to let him get killed by a bear. Buddy, we really don't need to bite it that much. It's just, okay, it's charging me. That would 100% kill Gnat if it were to hit her. So let's try not to get charged. Now it's charging stick bug. Okay, now it's giving up. Wonderful. Don't run back toward the rendezvous site. Get out of here. Yeah, that's right. Run. You're not getting an easy snack here, mister. Goodness gracious. Okay. Gnat is going to get some well-deserved rest. And with that, we'll just have to see if that was enough for the pups to reach 20 pounds. Should be. Yep. There we go. Okay, congratulations. Oh, success. Yeah, I read the wrong part of that first. You've kept your pups alive and growing at the rendezvous site. You've now completed this quest. Congratulations. If you like, you can keep playing here at the rendezvous site in endless summer mode. To begin another year in your wolf's life, we're not going to do that part. In the future, you can continue the story of your pack. So that is what we are going to be waiting on. This series will continue when the Wolfquest saga comes out, and we're going to see the rest of Nat's here with her pups. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching this series, and I hope to see you back when the saga comes out. If it does take a while to come out and I have more time, I might start another series. We'll just have to see. First I have to edit all the episodes of this one, so. See you soon, pups, and see all of you soon. Bye!